If you've spent more than 5 minutes on social media lately, I'm sure you have noticed that everyone is talking about consistency. Be consistent, stay disciplined, show up every day, trust the process, and so on. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that advice. The problem is that social media has made consistency look a lot more attractive than it actually is. What we usually see are the highlights. We see the gym selfies, the calorie counters, and people posting stories like day 57 of running 10 miles a day or whatever. After seeing enough of that content, we start creating a certain image in our minds. We start believing that consistency is supposed to feel good, that it's supposed to be motivating, that if we are doing it right, we should feel excited every day. But that's where people get trapped, because sooner or later reality shows up. One morning you wake up and you don't feel motivated. You don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to work on your business, read the book, follow the diet, or do any of the things you were doing when you felt inspired. Suddenly you are tired, moody, and low on energy. You start skipping little things, and before you realize, those little things become bigger things. Maybe you miss one workout, then two, then an entire week. Maybe you stop tracking your food or stop working on the project you were excited about. Maybe you start telling yourself you'll get back on track tomorrow. And before you know it, the momentum you spent weeks and weeks on building starts disappearing. The scary thing here is that momentum doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly in the background, and most people don't even notice it's happening until it's already gone. One day you wake up and realize you are no longer the same person who was moving mountains a few weeks ago. Now you are standing still, and starting again suddenly feels 10 times harder than it did the first time. That's when most people quit. Not because they aren't capable, not because they lack potential, but because they misunderstand what consistency actually looks like. They think consistency means always being motivated, or feeling good every day, or it means never missing a step. It doesn't. Real consistency is showing up even when you don't feel like it. It is doing the workout when your motivation is gone, working on the goal when nobody is watching, and making progress on the days when progress feels boring. That's why I want to talk about this cycle. Because once you understand it, you become more aware of it. You start recognizing the warning signs early. You notice when your habits start slipping, when you're making excuses, and when you are slowly drifting away from the things that were helping you grow. The moment you notice it, you have a chance to stop it before it gets worse. As I've said before, identifying the problem is the first step to solving the problem. Now let's talk about success for a moment. We are living in a world where everyone wants results immediately. People start a new habit on Monday and expect their lives to change by Friday. They go to the gym for 3 weeks and wonder why they don't look different. They upload 5 videos and wonder why they are not successful yet. But that's not how meaningful goals work. Success doesn't come after a few days, a few weeks, or sometimes even a few months. Success often arrives after you've stopped counting, after you have become the type of person who simply does the work because that's who you are. If you are consistently taking action toward the goal and have a plan, why are you so focused on counting the days? Why are you measuring every little step? The goal should never be to survive until a deadline. The goal should always be to become the person capable of achieving that outcome. Now, does that mean you are doing everything perfectly? Of course not. You will make mistakes. You will choose the wrong strategy sometimes. You will waste time and run into obstacles. But if you are genuinely giving your best effort, the path starts revealing itself. The lessons appear when they are needed. The mistakes teach you what doesn't work. Every setback gives you information that helps you make better decisions later. That's why I always say that when you are chasing a goal, there are only 2 outcomes. Either you achieve the goal, or you learn something valuable while pursuing it that helps you achieve the next goal. So either way, you are moving forward, you're growing, you're winning, as long as you are moving. Think about a farmer planting a seed. He plants it, waters it, takes care of it, and trusts the process. He doesn't dig the soil every morning to check how much it has grown. Imagine how ridiculous that would be. Yet that's exactly what many people do with their goals. They work for a week and ask why they haven't seen results. They work for a month and start doubting themselves. Meanwhile, the people who succeed are usually the ones who keep watering the seed and trusting the process long enough for the results to show up. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it is this. Consistency is not sunshine and rainbows. It is not always exciting, it is not always motivating. Sometimes it is boring, frustrating, and feels like nothing is happening. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. Because most people quit during those moments. Most people stop when the excitement disappears. The people who eventually achieve their goals are usually the ones who keep going when nobody else would. So stop focusing on how good consistency looks. Stop worrying about posting or proving it to other people. Focus on living it. Because over time, consistency beats motivation, beats talent, and it even beats short-term efforts here and there. And if you stay consistent long enough, the results become almost impossible to avoid. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.